quarter acre. How are you doing today? I'm so glad that you stopped by because I am sitting next to a giant pile of curriculum for my soon-to-be 8th grade boy. So for the 2021-2022 school year, I have already ordered all of his curriculum, and I'm going to share with you what we're going to be doing for his 8th grade year. I'm going to start it off with math. We're hopefully going to get to starting this math book this year in 7th grade, and then continue it on. It is the Learn Math Fast system. That's what we decided to go with so that we could go back and start at the beginning of math and fill in any potholes that he has from his public school education. There were just some circumstances throughout public school where the class moved on and he hadn't grasped the concept, and then you're building on a shaky foundation. So we went back and fixed a lot of those cracks in the foundation so that he would have a strong structure to move forward. So this one is the 3rd edition, and it is pre-algebra. So he's going to be starting this. This is what he would be learning in 7th grade in school right now. So we're going to get this started. We're just in the beginning of our 2nd semester, and so he's covered all of K through 6 is where he's at right now, and then he's going to go into this book. And you'll find that you can move at a much different pace when you're homeschooling versus public schooling. And it's one of the reasons that we knew distance learning wasn't going to work for us as a family, is because we knew that there are challenges with distance learning, and if you throw that on top of a foundation that's not the sturdiest, it's not going to be great. So we took this year as a year to really solidify everything and give him a chance to build those muscles and work them out. We're going to move on from there to volume 4 of the Learn Math Fast system. And this really works for my son because he gets to read and then go on. And this is lots of geometry stuff here throughout this whole book. And then we also have the 5th one. I anticipate we'll almost finish the pre-algebra this year. We'll finish it up probably over the summer, just a couple pages a week, like a lesson a week. And then we'll move on to this and then be into this one before the end of next year. We'll be probably pretty good. This is, there's pre-algebra review, there's polynomials, quadratic equations, all that fun stuff. So that's what he's going to be working on for 8th grade for math, is the Learn Math Fast system. And I just picked these up on Amazon. So then we'll go to his language arts, or English as I usually call it. And he's going to be using the good and the beautiful. Again, we're currently on level 6. He's going to be going into level 7. He enjoys it. I enjoy it. It's very self-led at this stage. It gives him directions and he follows them. And it comes with the course companion, and part of this is activities for him, information for him, and part of it is an answer key. So what I will be doing is I will be taking the answer key out and binding that separately, hole punching it and putting it in a binder separately, and then that way he's not tempted to flip back and check it out, but it's got lots of information in there. But like I said, very self-guided. It also comes with a reader, which is cool. And we utilize our public library all the time. My son is an avid reader. And so we go through books like crazy. The librarians see us coming, and they've already got our stack ready for us. We're also going to supplement it with the Good and the Beautiful Creative Writing 2. He's working on Creative Writing 1. I don't think he'll be done with it because we only do it a few times a week. I don't think he'll be done with it, the first one, by the time the school year starts. So he'll probably start this one about a third of the way through the school year. And just flexing those creative writing muscles. So it talks about, it gives them really cool things. I didn't know what to expect when I ordered the first one. But like, there's just all different writing exercises. It's great because they don't get bored because it's not the same thing all the time. So this one is choose 3. In each box, circle one word from each category. Then on the right side, write 1 to 2 sentences that use all 3 words that you circled in any order. And so it gives a character, a setting, and a description, and then gives them choices so they can write a little sentence there. And what I love about The Good and the Beautiful is it's not just a great curriculum. Like, the content is phenomenal. Like, my kids have made huge leaps and bounds since we started it. Like, if it was just in black and white words, like, it would be perfect. But it's beautiful as well. Like, every page is gorgeous. And all of the curriculums. Let me look in his course book and show you, like, you know, it's not just dry text. Like, there's beautiful art, like quality art. You know, there's everything. And so for language arts, the cool thing too is they work in a whole lot of art lessons. So it's art, it's literature, grammar and usive, punctuation, art, geography, spelling, vocabulary, and writing. So it's a lot in one. Like, it's a one-stop shop. And it's very self-led, and it's enjoyable. And I know this year, I don't know if they're doing it in this level, but in level 6, he had a lot of read-alouds where he would read to me. And I know all about the life of Elizabeth Kenny now. Like, it's amazing. The level 6 focused on Australia and New Zealand and Elizabeth Kenny, who helped develop polio treatments for infantile paralysis. Like, I mean, I got a lot out of the curriculum, so I'm excited to find out more about this year's curriculum. Next is handwriting with The Good and the Beautiful also. So he's moving on to level 4. This year he was introduced to cursive, because they don't really teach cursive in public school like they did when I was a kid. We used to have to turn in everything in cursive there for a while. So he got introduced to it this year. He's still working on the level 3, but he's going to be doing level 4. And level 4 is more putting the words together. One of the things that I love about their handwriting is it's got drawing as well. So the kids don't get as bored, and like mazes and things like that. They're all fine motor skill deals that they give them to do. But they're fun for the kids. And their handwriting practice isn't just like the cat rode a bike, write it 10 times in cursive. It's like nice things. Like, so copy the sentences. Be honest. Be true. Count your blessings. Explore nature today. This one is honesty is the best policy. Say please and thank you. Never give up on anyone. Be kind to everyone. Like, that's awesome. Hummingbirds weigh less than a nickel. They are the only birds that can fly backwards. Like, so it's like the handwriting practice isn't just handwriting practice. That's the great thing about The Good and the Beautiful, is they have found ways to make each subject cover multiple subjects. It's really a whole immersive educational experience. And that's my love letter to The Good and the Beautiful. The last Good and the Beautiful item that we're using for him individually is typing 2. He did typing 1 this year, and he has made huge strides in his typing skills thanks to that. So we're going to move on to level 2. It's really cool. They give you these little stickers in the front that as you complete lessons, you go ahead and put them on the page. So here's just a little example of what one of the lessons looks like. This is just kind of how it goes. And I bought a recipe book holder that he puts this on at the computer. And I have found it is much easier to learn how to type on a traditional computer keyboard than a laptop keyboard. Just a little something for you there. Spanish. We do Song School Spanish. Yes, this is below his grade level, it says. It says that it's geared for like, I think like 4th grade or something like that. This is the second book. We're using the first book this year. But, I mean, really, it's pretty awesome. So it gives them all of the worksheets. Definitely get one per kid. It's got music in the back. We don't always listen to the music. We bought the DVD for number 1. I didn't care for it. I'd rather just have the teacher's edition and help them out. But I grew up in a town where Spanish is very prevalent, and so I kind of know how things are pronounced, and I took some Spanish in high school and in college, and so if you don't have exposure to it, then maybe the DVDs would be a good option for you. Next up is history, story of the world. We love it. And it's great. This is one of the subjects we do as a group. So he does this along with his sister, who is, this year she's first grade. She'll be second grade for the 2021-2022 school year. We did volume 2 this year, so we picked up volume 3 for next year. Definitely for a 6th, 7th, 8th grader, you're going to want to make sure that you get the book, the thick, small chapter book that's got all the lessons in it. Then you're going to want to get the activity guide, which is this big guy here on the bottom. It is full of questions that you ask after you read your chapter. It's got map work in it for the older kids to do. It's got coloring pages for younger kids if you've got younger pages, or if you just have a kid who likes to keep their hands busy while you're reading, and is maybe doesn't need to take notes. They have really good retention, or yeah, just likes to have something to color in. That's a really great resource here. It also has like 5 hands-on activities per chapter. So it'll have like a cooking activity that ties into it. It'll have a game, it'll have a craft, it'll have like a costume piece that you can make. Just really cool. And then, if you can see here, there's another book. Let me actually turn it. And it's a test and answer key book, okay? For each volume, there's one. And this is great for those upper grades to be able to give a weekly test after you read. So the way we do it is we sit in the living room, I read a portion of the chapter, and it tells you kind of where to stop. I ask the questions that go along with that. They do a narration, so they write, my daughter writes 1 sentence, but my son, who's in 7th grade and will be in 8th grade this year, he writes down a whole paragraph about what they discussed in that portion of the chapter. And then we go on, we read usually there's 2 or 3 portions, read the next one, ask the questions, he does the narration, and then at the end, he does his map work. So in the activity guide, you'll take the map out, give it to them, and say, okay, underline this in green, draw the route they took here or there, etc. So we do that, and then he'll take his test. And that's how we do history all in one day. It's just kind of one long chunk, and it's really mellow, and it's kind of one of those, I got my cup of coffee, they've got their hot chocolate, and then we might, since we're in the living room, watch a YouTube video about what we learned, or a movie that kind of ties into it. It's really fun, and the kids love explaining to their dad like what they learned. Next is health. So this year we covered, found a great book called Guy Stuff. If you've got a preteen or teen boy, Guy Stuff is great. It covers everything with a little bit of humor. Nothing that you don't want covered. It's all kind of factual, like the care and keeping of them and what their body's going through in puberty. So definitely check that out. Guy Stuff, I found it on Amazon. Next year we're going to start off by focusing on growth mindset. So they got these journals, I found them on Amazon, that they're going to fill out because I think growth mindset is so important. Let's see. Then for science, we do that all together, kind of like we do history and health. And so we use The Good and the Beautiful. And to keep with what he would be learning in 8th grade, I actually polled one of my friends whose son is doing the distance learning through our local school district, because I wanted to make sure that he was, you know, kind of keeping up with his contemporaries, because the plan is that he will go back to high school if everything gets back to normal. So we got the energy unit and the supplemental book that goes with it. And so we're going to be doing energy for one of the quarters. For another quarter, we're going to be doing geology, and we're actually going to the Grand Canyon during this unit, and so we got the supplement and the mineral kit here, Rocks and Minerals, that the Good and the Beautiful provides. And then for the third, we'll do space. That's actually a free printable right now. They just updated it, or you can order the physical copy or the PDF and purchase it if that promotion's no longer going when you watch this video. And then we're hoping that for the fourth quarter, we'll be able to do meteorology. And I'm not sure exactly which order we're going to do them in, but I'll have a video of how I set up my science units here on the channel. So definitely subscribe so that you don't miss out on that. And then this one with the Good and the Beautiful language arts, but it's a checklist for 5 and 7. Although I ordered one for my daughter too, because I'm like, this is a great checklist. It just kind of goes over the daily expectations. I find that both of my kids are very visual. You'll see behind me, I've got a daily schedule, and it changes what our extra kind of subjects are. We do math and English every day. We do prayer pledge, calendar, morning basket, math and English every day. But then the other things, history, science, math, Spanish, music, etc., those all kind of switch out. Oh, for music for my son, he is taking bass lessons. So he's learning how to play the electric bass from his dad. His dad's a drummer and a bass player, and so I got lucky there, and I don't have to worry about his music class. For my daughter, I have a friend who's a music teacher with our school district, and I'm kind of like, what are you guys learning before every year? And then I kind of plan out her music education for the year based on that. So if you have any questions about what we're doing for 8th grade curriculum or where you can find these things, check out the video description or the comment section down below. And question for you, do you have a middle school kid? Are you homeschooling, distance learning, or doing in-person public school? And do you plan on homeschooling in high school? The idea of homeschooling in high school is scary to me. Let me know what your plan is, or if you're playing it by ear with everything that's going on. Thank you so much for coming by the Quarter Acre. We are so happy to have you here, and I can't wait to share more with you about how these different curriculum pieces are working out for us. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Don't forget to subscribe and ring that little bell so that you get notifications whenever I upload. I usually upload at least once a week, usually twice, because I like you guys so much. But yeah, can't wait to see you next time. Have a great rest of your day.